9 years back, Narendra Modi took charge as the Prime Minister of India right at this forecourt of Rashtrapati Bhavan. In these 9 years, lots have changed. The political landscape, even the national capital has changed where I'm standing at this point of time. The opposition's blow hot, blow cold, the rise and the fall and the rise of Rahul Gandhi. But as we inch closer to a new parliament building, is there a new strategy which the BJP is planning for 2024? And will that strategy work? On One Take this week, we discuss the new or rather the twin strategy of the BJP to win 2024. A new parliament building, a renewed opposition vigor post the Karnataka election results, and now a new strategy by the BJP. What we are discussing on One Take this week is Ram Mandir plus women factor. Predominantly, will this really work for the BJP? Now let's talk about the Ram Mandir first. January 2024, just a couple of months before polling takes place for the Lok Sabha Elections, that's the plan of the BJP to inaugurate or to open up the Ram Mandir. Of course, it's going to be a grand show with the Prime Minister, the top ministers, all of them being there. And certainly the message which is going out is, talk Hindutva, it's the BJP. Now, Ram Mandir becomes an emotive issue not just in Uttar Pradesh, but also in Bihar, Madhya Pradesh and in many other states. At the end of the day, as it's said famously, religion is the opium of the masses. When it comes to religious beliefs, when it comes to superstitions also, nothing can match it, the sentiment or emotions of the Indian voter. And that is what the BJP is calculating on. And that's also perhaps one main reason why most of the opposition parties, whether it's the TMC, the Congress, the JDU, even the southern parties, they are in a rush to project themselves as a Kattar Hindu party. Now let's talk about the BJP, whether the Ram Mandir emotive is actually going to work. Yes, of course, it's likely to, and it most certainly will, at least in Uttar Pradesh. In the last UP elections, it did become a main factor, but that doesn't mean that the BJP did not try to find balancing act. You know, the Prime Minister, the BJP reaching out to the Muslims, especially the women, and I'm going to talk about that a little later when we talk about the woman factor. That was a yardstick which was adopted by the BJP as far as the Ram Mandir issue is concerned, that we also want a balance of, the voters. We want to address all caste, community, religions, but predominantly at the core of the BJP voters is the Hindutva sentiment. Now the BJP's calculation is Ram Mandir gets inaugurated, pomp and glory show, closer to the Lok Sabha elections, so the public memory is fresh. It's going to influence it not just in Uttar Pradesh, but also in, say, Madhya Pradesh, in Bihar, and southern states also. I mean, let's not forget, in the Karnataka elections, we saw religion becoming an important factor, though Bajrang Dal may not have been. But whether it was the Congress rulers like DK Shivkumar going to temples, if religion was not an important factor, then I don't think even the Gandhi family would have bothered to go to the temples. Not just now, but even earlier, ahead of the UP elections or ahead of the Lok Sabha elections. So Ram Mandir is one factor where, according to BJP's calculation, they think that at least it can help them up to at least 50 or 60 plus votes. And I'm putting it at a very, kind of not a very generous limit. I'm being very, very stingy with the number of seats the BJP calculates. So their calculation, if you listen to some of the leaders, is at least we will be able to win 100 seats, which is 100, 150 plus. They feel that a Ram Mandir is going to impact this. Now let's talk about the woman factor. When we talk about the woman factor in Karnataka, I'll give you an example because I've just come from there and that's fresh in public memory. There were at least 50% of those constituencies where the number of women voters were much, much more than that of the male voters, which is why if you have noticed that the calling card of the Congress party, the BJP, was certainly as far as the women voters are concerned. Now, it's an open fact, 2024 woman empowerment, Nari Shakti, that's the calling card of the BJP. What the BJP is trying to project is, it is only under us that women have been able to reach those areas where they have not been able to reach earlier. Now, in terms of economic empowerment, we know of the government's various schemes, the Mudra scheme, scheme, giving soft loans to startups begun by women entrepreneurs, women-centric startups, industries, factories, all of them being given a heads up by the government and a thumbs up too in terms of soft loans. I remember when I traveled to Kashmir and many other states, there were women who were telling me, and a first-time young entrepreneurs, that when we went to a bank, it was easier for us to get a loan as a woman to begin a startup. The men had to stand in longer lines, whereas a woman did not have to do. So that's one messaging which the government hopes. Economic empowerment of women is also going to lead to a political empowerment. Apart from that, if you remember, this time round, 26 January, the parade is going to be dominated by women. In the last 15th August also, I remember I was very much here. They were all women battalions. And when I spoke to them, they talked about the fact, and some of them came in from states which have a feudal mentality like Haryana and Rajasthan. And they said, increasingly we are not finding it difficult to convince our parents home, especially our fathers and brothers, on why we want to take up a profession which is considered to be hatke and unusual as far as women are concerned. So that is also one big factor. Women going into new areas, whether it's sports, we've talked about that and we are seeing them, and sports getting incentives, army, air force, the skies, the sea, the ground, all of their women empowerment has become a big ticket, and the Prime Minister and the entire team is certainly encouraging that. And why does the Prime Minister, why does the BJP, now other political parties are also recognizing it, which is why you'll notice suddenly the TMC and the Congress party are talking about the women reservation bill. That has now become a big electoral calling card. Now just to focus on the BJP, so BJP's calculation is, and this has worked for them in UP, in Bihar, where women, for example, in UP actually voted for them, and even Muslim women, because of the triple talaq bill. That was seen as a sign of women empowerment. So the BJP's calculation is 100 plus seats, as 150 on the Ram Mandir issue, another 200 at least if the women vote for us. We are very, very comfortable. So will the Ram Mandir and the women factor actually click for the BJP? Well, if you look at some of the state electoral results which I was talking about, it certainly has worked for the BJP. So the BJP's calculation is, and they are looking at Karnataka as just as an aberration, more as a sign of internal division or conflict and infighting, rather than a negation of their till now used policies of Ram Mandir, Hindutva, plus the women card and other cards as well. Now the question, and I'm asking you all this week, is do you think it's going to click, or have the other opposition parties also smartened up? Will the Prime Minister's image as someone who champions Nari Shakti, who's a poster boy really of Hindutva, along with the UP Chief Minister, really work the wonders? Because remember, BJP has made it very clear, this time round we want to have a larger margin than last time round, because this is where we stand vindicated. The BJP is aware of that the opposition is now ganging up, gearing up, and possibly can also overcome the internal differences. So that's a huge challenge. And in the third term, where he's fighting for the Prime Minister, a new building also means new beginnings. Thank you so much for watching, but do give in your reactions on the social media timeline.